so nice, yeah.
It's, really thank you very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much.
You're welcome. So you're here throughout the whole following year, or?
I'm not, I'm actually finishing in next week.
Oh, you're finishing
I've
here.
been here
Okay.
for exactly a year.
Uh-huh.
And next week will be my last week, which is difficult to say.
Yeah, yeah, right, I'm sure.
It's, yeah, I'm gonna be sorry to say goodbye.
Are you going somewhere else, or you don't know yet?
So, I will be. I don't have a concrete plan yet. We have to do 4 terms of internship, and I've
Right.
done 3 of them here.
Okay.
And I just want to, although I feel pretty confident that I want to be a congregational rabbi, I want to just have a chaplaincy experience to make sure I'm making an informed choice.
Right.
So I want to spend the last term of fulfilling this requirement in a hospital setting, which
I see, right.
COVID may continue to
That's
delay.
hard. Yeah, yeah.
But that will be my last semester of internship.
Uh-huh.
But it's been a great privilege to have spent the bulk of it here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so Marcos comes back next week, and we have one overlapping weekend.
Oh, that's good, yeah. I did a year of chaplaincy after graduating in a hospital. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. It was hard. It was hard, especially with COVID. I was there as like COVID was starting and at the height. Yeah, so that was tough.
Wow. I didn't realize it was so recent. That.
Yeah, I just graduated in 2019, and then
wow.
I did almost a year. I ended up leaving for the last unit because it was just too much. And I had to start. I was also starting my job up here, so.
Was that so? That was like a full CPE experience.
Yeah, I did 2. Well, I did 1 unit while I was at JPS, but not in a hospital, in more of a senior center, and then I did 2 units in the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which hospital were you?
Brooklyn Methodist Hospital.
Oh.
It's part of NYP now.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was very intense.
It was very intense. Yeah, but really, really great. Yeah, great experience. But super challenging.
I have heard this. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a full CPE type program or just use the 1 semester of sort of field work.
Right.
As my thought at the moment is to do that as a sample. If I were to fall in love with it, then I would need more extensive experience. But if I fall out of love with it very quickly, then I don't need to have committed all that time that way.
It's always going to be part of, like, even if you're a congregational rabbi, it'll be super useful.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. We have a chaplaincy course too, which I haven't taken yet. But,
yeah.
But I am, when I first started at the seminary, I thought I wanted to be a chaplain. So this is like a big shift for me.
Okay, right. Yeah.
But I want to know which of my 2 trains of thought is a mistake.
Well, they could both be good,
I was going to say that is absolutely the better way to put it, because my strong suspicion is I just like the work generally a lot, so the context may matter less.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
So are you at Greenberg your Shabbat morning throughout the year?
Yeah.
Do you live close by? Is it easy?
Yeah. I recently moved up to Dobbs Ferry, so like about 15-minute walk to Shabbat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. I had been commuting up from the city on the train, like, on Shabbat, and it was, didn't feel right, kind of.
That's lovely to be able to walk. That's so great.
Yeah.
both the synagogue I belong to and JCCH are very close to my house, but by car.
Right,
So it's like a 7 or 8 minute drive, but it would be probably closer to 2 hours
Oh,
to,
yeah.
or an hour and a half, I guess,
Right,
maybe to walk.
right.
And I would really love the walking option.
Yeah.
And strangely, even though, so I live in Scarsdale, and my synagogue is in Scarsdale.
Right.
But it actually takes me less time to get here,
Oh,
because
okay.
there it's all local roads and lights.
Right.
And here I'm on the highway for, this is effortless
Okay.
commute.
Right.
So that part's been very nice as well. Do you like Dobbs
Yeah.
Ferry?
I do like it, yeah.
Very charming.
It is charming, exactly, yeah.
Were you coming
Yeah.
from Manhattan or Brooklyn?
Manhattan, yeah. I grew up in Brooklyn, and then I was living in Manhattan during 7 of 8, so.
Right.
So it's, yeah, it's, it's very different lifestyle.
Yes. So you were living
Yeah.
uptown? You're,
Yeah. Well, yeah, not too far. I was living on the east side, East 87th.
Nice.
So, a lot noisier.
Yes, noisier, more congested.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I like it. Yeah, feels calmer. Yeah.
It's very pretty, Dobbs Ferry.
It's pretty.
You say
Yeah, I like
you're
the water.
close to the water?
Not too far. Yeah. Not too far. I could walk like about maybe 25-minute walk down there. We're actually having next week a Friday night service at the waterfront.
Oh, nice.
That I'm gonna lead for GHC.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, I didn't fully appreciate it. I thought we were doing so many services here outside because of COVID, but they apparently have a very long tradition of being on the patio and,
Right.
and throughout the summer, so that's really nice.
Yeah, it can be really nice. Yeah.
And the last week has been really lovely. It's been cool and comfortable.
Right.
This weekend, I think not so much.
Yeah, today would have been probably uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's what I thought, given our initial experience with
Right.
overheating. I certainly didn't want your last week to be tremendously uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, 2 minutes.
Yeah. I know one of Ray is not here. She's not here. She said she'd be out this week.
Yeah. Seems like she's definitely a committed regular.
Yes.
On Friday, or probably on Saturday too.
Oh wait, now I should be able to spotlight. Control. Yeah, it takes 4 participants.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Bobby, can you hear us? You can't hear us?
Hello, Shabbat Shalom.
Do you hear us or no? I don't think we can be heard.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure why. Oh, they are talking to each other, but they can't hear us, it looks like. Huh.
Are we unmuted?
We are supposed to be muted on Zoom.
Oh, we're supposed to be muted, okay.
And
Hmm.
Live control is unmuted, I believe, which is what it's supposed to be. Can you hear us?
Hello, hello?
Can people on Zoom
Can anyone hear us?
No. They
No.
can't.
Okay.
So,
Maybe something on the volume.
well, we're supposed to be muted,
Okay.
and let me see if.
I mean, the mics are definitely on.
And this is set appropriately,
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure what to do. I can't.
Is Jared
He
around
should
or?
be, he should be
he's
back, and
coming
I
back?
just texted him, but
Okay.
he's not here right now. I've unmuted us. Can you hear us on Zoom?
Yes?
Can we be heard on Zoom? Bobby or Barbara, does anybody hear us? They
No.
don't. You do hear us. Can you unmute, because I can't, are you unmuted? I don't hear you.
Or chat, maybe?
We don't have chat
Oh, we don't have
for Shabbat, I think.
Okay.
We can't hear you, or are you unmuted?
What if we unmute the TV? Is that?
Let's try that. But there are no different gesturing to suggest.
Hello? Can anyone hear us? Okay.
Terrific. And now we can
Thank you.
hear you too.
We weren't sure. Oh, they were saying they should talk about us now?
Yes. Yes, but I'm concerned that the echo is going to return.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, but they could still hear us if that's off though, right?
Right.
We just couldn't hear them.
So let's see, do we still have the echo? We do, okay. So.
I don't hear an echo. I don't hear an echo. I don't hear one echo.
Okay.
We're hearing it in the sanctuary. So what I'm gonna do, we can get rid of the echo here if I mute the TV, which is why I couldn't hear you before. So, I'm going to do that, but like when it's time for Misha Berach, I will unmute the TV and you guys should unmute yourselves. Does that sound like a plan? Great. So we weren't hearing them because the TV was muted, but we need the TV muted to cancel the echo. So we're going to mute it for now, and I'll unmute it a bit later.
Okay. Do you want the remote by yourself?
Yes, thank you.
Test it out and see if we can mute it from there.
Did that work? It's okay. I can just come down.
Jared?
Jared.
I'm gonna put it in the fridge.
Okay, we're gonna start.
Is that kosher? I usually just put like my stuff in the fridge so that is that kosher?
No.
Because if it's not, you cannot eat it. No, I'm not eating it. I just put it like to the end.
Let's hear then. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. We're going to begin on page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'tzeichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn to page 11 for Lechuna Ranana.
Lechuna Ranana l'Adonai, Nariya l'tzur Yishenu, Nekadma fanav b'toda, Bizmirot Nariya lo, Ki el gadol Adonai, Umelech gadol al kol Elohim, Asher beyado mechekrei haaretz, v'tofot harim lo. Asher beyado mechekrei haaretz, v'tofot harim lo. Asher lo haya mevuasahu, v'yabeshet yavyal metzaru, ba'u nishtacha v'nikra v'nifnei Adonai Yoseinu. 40 שנה קודבדו, ואומר עם תוהה לבבהם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי ואפי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי.
Welcome. We're on page 13.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, עשו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, וכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני kol Elohim, dai dai dai, ki kol Elohe ha'amim elilim, Adonai shamayim asa, or behadar lefanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, havu l'Adonai mishpechot amim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, zehu mincha ובואו לחצרותיו, היי השתחוו לאדוני בחדרת קודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ, אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך, אף תיכון תבל בעל צימות, ידין אמין במישרים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, Hiram haya umelo yalo sadai lechol asher bo ay az yiranenu kol atzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel בצדק ועמים באמונתו, די 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 די
Welcome. We turn now to page 19 for Psalm 99.
Adonai malach yigezu amim yoshev keruvim tanut haaretz, Adonai b'tzion gadol v'ramhu al kol ha'amim, yodu shimcha gadol v'nora kadosh hu. Yishmatu tzedaka v'Yaakov ata asita, v'omenu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu le'Adon raglav kadosh hu. We pick up at the red triangle on the bottom of page 20, Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho.
Can you hear me now?
Meanwhile, we can't hear you.
Okay.
We're not muted.
I hope you'll let me know if you can't hear me either. So I'll be louder. Louder still? That's better. Okay. I will work on sustaining that.
Me too. Okay. Yeah, closer to the mic.
The live control meeting.
You could try unmuting them.
Google, but then
Maybe what? Oh, should we unmute the TV?
no, the live control is muted.
Something is ticking. It sounds like
is that?
I have no idea what that is. The live control is muted though. Like, what's the
Do you
live
want to
control?
do you want to
I
unmute
asked
them?
to unmute them.
I'm not sure if they're supposed to unmute or not.
But what does that sound?
It's completely unfamiliar to me. Is anyone else unmuted?
Yeah, they are. But that shouldn't matter because if they're
Unless
not
it's coming
moving.
from someone's
Yeah.
home. So let's mute everyone individually. Let's try that.
You want to mute everyone?
Yes, let's mute everyone. And can you unmute my control? Can you,
It's unmuted.
can you mute them? That would help them out. I think they're,
What is that thing in the background? The echo.
I'm just wondering if it's coming from my control. Is it any possibility it's your home?
They're hearing the same thing I'm hearing. I'm muted. I can leave. You want me to leave and come back?
Yeah.
But I need to hear it from someone else's. Who else is on Zoom? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ask one of them to hear if they still hear that.
Do you still hear the echo at home? They don't hear me at all. Oh, wait.
Let's unmute.
You can hear us now.
She hears the echo.
Do you hear an echo as well?
Yeah, that.
I can't hear you very well.
Does she hear the and ask her if she still hears
Are you hearing the echo still?
not the echo, it's like
A repetitive noise?
repetitive noise.
Things sound normal to you? Yes, okay. We will try proceeding and hope that we can sustain that. Okay, so, sorry. Now the mic is very good. Okay. If we can get everybody to hear and at home, this is going to be a wonderful thing. So, we are on page 21.
21.
Page 21. Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai kavod v'oz, Havul Adonai kevod shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai b'chadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai be'adar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon. וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון, בסריון כמו בין רעמים. כל אדוני חוצב לבוטש, כל אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול אל הילוד, ויחשוף יערות, ובהיכלו כולו עומר כבוד, עומר כבוד. אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. We turn to page 22, Ana B'Koach. Ana b'koach b'koach
גדולת ימינך ימינך תתיר צרורה קבל רינת עמך סגבנו תרנו נורא ענה בכוח גדולת ימינך תתיר צרורה קבל רינת עמך סגבנו תרנו נורא די 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 די
We welcome the Shabbat bride with Lecha Dodi on page 23.
This is the version that we began with last time. So we're going to try that one again. All right. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad V'shem tiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor ha'beracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch ha'afecha Rav shevet be'emek ha'bacha V'hu yachamol alai chemla Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech yimelucha kumitzei mitoch ha'afecha Rav lach shevet be'emek ha'bacha V'hu yachamol alai chemla Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Hinari me'afakumi Livshi bigdei tifatecha mi Al yad ben ish be'et halachmi Korba el nafshi ge'ala Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Sorry. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי בך, יחסו עניי עמי בנבנך. הרהרתי לה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שועשייך ורחקו כל מבלעייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס קטן. על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על ידיש, בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We turn to page 27 for Psalm 92.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, ומעשיך ידיך ענן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. איש פעל לא ידע וכסיל יובין לצות. כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יובנו.
צדיקת המר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה. שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינון בסבע, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי turn to page 30 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ba'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha rechu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
So we now transition from our Kabbalat Shabbat service to our Mariv service. And we begin on page 39a with the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher b'dvaro mani paravim. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, Amari v'aravim. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha ahavta, Torah umitzvot chukim umishpatim otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochveinu uvekumenu nasiach bechukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai
Eloheinu,
Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtabtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha. Hayayim shamoa tishma'u mitzvotayim. Hayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor. Adonai Elohechem Emet Emunah Kol Zot V'Kayam Aleinu Ki Hu Adonai Eloheinu V'Ein Zulato.
Malkeinu Agol Aleinu Mikol Gol Tzim Ha'elim Shelanu Mitzarenu Ha'oseh Lanu Ezion Hakama B'Shalom.
I'm at the top of 44. Umalchuto b'ratzon kibalu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael l'chanu shira b'simcha rabba va'amru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh Nohora tehilot osef eleh Malchutecha ra'u vanecha Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze Eli Anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo biad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashkivenu at the top of 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, v'taknenu b'etzah tova milefanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha, v'yagen ba'adenu. Uftel kenafecha tastirenu, ki al shomenu matzilenu ata. Ki el melechanu merachumata, ushmor tzeitenu, voenu lechaim u'leshalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch ata Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, l'dorotam berit olam, da'erai beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti Kishet yamim asad Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba be'amad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'gala u'v'zman karib v'yimru Amen Yehi shemei Rabba mevorach le'alam ul'al me'almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כה בחטא ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו amen.
So we're about to recite the Amidah, which begins on page 47. We will be reciting it silently, but we'll begin together with words asking God for help to pray. Top of 47.
Adonai sfatai tiftach Adonai sfatai tiftach Ufi yagid tehilatecha Ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. We turn to page 54 for Kaddish Shalem. V'yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalahu v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach. Ve'olam olamei almayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha. Berichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Titkabal tzlothonu va'utchon d'chol Yisrael. Kodam avuhon divishmaya v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O hoseh shalom v'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Does this sound good? Am I audible? Yeah? Great. And online as well, I hope? I think. As I discussed at Minyan, actually on Thursday morning, in this week's Parsha, Re'eh, Moses continues to urge the people to follow God's commandments, laws, and rules when they enter the land. And one area of law on which he focuses is the need to take care of the poor. There's a clear mandate to ease the financial burden of the poor, at least the poor among your kinsmen. We read about the law regarding remission of debts. According to this law, every 7th year, creditors must release their debtors from their obligation. Similarly, Moses says, if there is a needy person among you, one of your kinsmen in any of your settlements in the land that the Lord your God is giving you, you must open your hand and lend him sufficient for whatever he needs. And Moses says, don't let the law concerning remission of debts prevent you from lending. That is, don't give way to the temptation to withhold a loan from a needy kinsman just because you know the 7th year is approaching and you don't want to have to forfeit the loan. Rather, give to him readily and have no regrets when you do so, for in return the Lord your God will bless you in all your efforts. And yet another warning. Moses tells the people, there will never cease to be needy ones in your land, which is why I command you, open your hand to the poor and needy kinsmen in your land. So we have to make sure that the needy are on financially sound footing. But Parshat Re'eh suggests that our obligation to the poor may go beyond that. Moses may be warning the people to do more than make and remit loans. Are we okay for sound? Can you hear me? Yeah, we don't know the source of that, and I'm sorry. It's not clear where that's coming from. It just appeared suddenly.
It's like it just started doing that again like 2 minutes ago. I don't know.
Why don't you just go on, Nicole? Fix it tonight, or maybe next time.
Hopefully by tomorrow. You can hear me over that repetition?
That only happens in here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Like,
Okay.
It only happens when we're in this room.
Okay. I will speak loudly, and I apologize, and to those here as well. So where I left you was that the focus seems to be on keeping the poor from being impoverished, helping them financially. But Parshat Re'eh suggests that we need to do something more than that. So let me flesh out a bit what Moses says. He says, if there is a needy person among you, one of your kinsmen in any of your settlements in the land that the Lord God is giving you, do not harden your heart and shut your hand against him. Rather, open your hand and lend him enough to meet his needs. Do not harden your heart, he says. I might have thought, I did initially think, that what Moses meant by this expression is that shutting your hand would reflect a hardened heart. So we can make that echo go away with by pressing mute on the TV. Okay. I might have thought that Moses meant simply, don't be cruel to this person. Lend him the money that he needs. Rashi seems to have understood Moses' words a little bit differently. As I read Rashi, Moses is warning the people not to waver, not to let their hearts, which might initially be disposed to help, grow cold. Specifically, Rashi explains this command, do not harden your heart, this way. There are people, Rashi says, who painfully deliberate whether they should give or not. Therefore, Scripture says, do not harden your heart. And there are people who stretch their hand forth, who show readiness to give, but then close it. Therefore, it is written, do not shut your hand. So it seems that Rashi understands Moses' message to be, don't hesitate, don't have second thoughts, just do it. Take care of people in need. But both my initial impression of what Moses meant, don't be cruel, just give, and Rashi's understanding, don't waver, focus on the potential creditor's readiness to help out financially. On both Rashi's view and mine, a hardened heart is tied to an unwillingness to give. But the Spanish medieval commentator, Abraham ibn Ezra, understood Moses' admonition very differently. According to Ibn Ezra, when Moses warned the people not to harden their hearts, he was telling them not to refrain from addressing comforting words to the needy person. That is, in addition to our obligation to help a needy person financially, we have an obligation to provide words of comfort. As Rabbeinu Baya, a peer of Ibn Ezra's, explained it, do not make your heart hard means do not fail to also try and speak soothingly to those less fortunate than you. Our sages in the Talmud said that comforting someone with words is the greatest gift of all. When Rabbeinu Baya cited the Talmud, he's citing Tractate Bava Batra, and there we read the teaching of Rabbi Yitzchak. Rabbi Yitzchak says, anyone who gives a peruta, that's a form of currency, a small coin, anyone who gives a peruta to a poor person receives 6 blessings, and whoever consoles him with words of comfort and encouragement receives 11 blessings. As contemporary Rabbi Zelig Pliskin explains, when a person is needy, he may suffer more than financial deprivation. He may suffer much emotional pain. Therefore, we have an obligation to open our hearts to this person, to offer compassion and empathy. According to Ibn Ezra and Rabbi Pliskin, that may mean offering the person words of encouragement. But it might also mean just offering the person time to be heard. It may mean listening long and well so that you can hear his sorrows and his worry. As Rabbi Pliskin says, just giving the person money without trying to help him emotionally is only part of the job. So when Moses says, do not harden your heart and shut your hand against needy kinsmen, arguably these are 2 entirely distinct instructions. Certainly we must not shut our hands. We have to try to help with the practical problem of poverty. But perhaps even more importantly, we must not harden our hearts. We must not avoid the sorrow of the needy person. We must provide the emotional as well as the financial support they need. So here in Re'eh, Moses seems to be warning the people not just to help make sure that everyone is cared for, but he's also urging them to make sure everyone feels cared for. Shabbat Shalom. Before we return to prayer, I just wanted to note that this is Anna's last Friday with us, and I wanted to say thank you so much. What a great privilege it's been to have these Friday nights with you. Thank you for your beautiful voice, your calm, warm presence, the help you offered me along the way. It's really been a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. It's been so nice to be here with you guys these past few weeks.
So we'll turn now to page 56 for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, ha'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adam shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gora leinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu noteh shamayim veyosed haaretz, u'moshav yikarov b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo, begovei meromim, Hu Eloheinu ein od, Emet Malkeinu efes ulato, Kakatuv betorato, V'yadata hayom v'hashevota el levavecha, Ki Adonai hu Elohim, B'shamayim imal, V'al haaretz, Mitachat ein od, Al kein nekabel Adonai Eloheinu. Kakatuv b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'nemar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. This week we are remembering Irving Eisenstein, Emil Feindling, Gilbert Mussinger, George Shamash, William Wasserman, David Behor Cohen, Manuel Pokoik, Charles Rice, John Rose, Eugene Stern, Barney Brookler, Sylvia Walsley Miller, Samuel Nelson, Gertrude Snitkin, Elliot Walsley, Hilda Weinrab, Joseph Barnett, Beatrice Frand, Judge Jacob Fuchsberg, Arthur Spiro, Ronald Summer, Louis Ehrlich, Florence Friedman, Linda Lane, Susan Berger, Herbert Berger, Selma Grunfeld, Mickey Nussbaum, Saja Silberstein, Helen Hustick, Sam Caden, Adele Kramer, Richard Myers, Sam Cohen, Philip Schultz, Henry Schutzer. Mourner's Kaddish on 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmeid kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
So let's sing together a Mishaberach, holding in our hearts all those for whose healing we are praying. Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. If people would like to unmute themselves, please do. Were you able to hear? We are also praying for the healing of members of our congregation. Freilich Udel bat Chava Malka v'David, Chava Gersha bat Esther Chaya v'Shalom, Hanan Itamar ben Shalom, Batsheva bat Sora v'Shalom, Shalom Levi ben Batsheva v'Moshe, Ephraim Avraham ben Moshe, Rachel bat Shana Elka v'Avraham, Tova bat Elka v'Yishaya, Baruch Ruven ben Golda, Yoni bat Eileen, Simcha Chana bat Dina Fruma, Nachama Malka bat Sarah Leah, Aliza Yehudit bat Leah, Bela Sara bat Rafaela Sivya, Peretz Tzvi ben Dina, Benjamin Benesh ben Simazelda, Avraham ben Sarah, Eliezer Littman, Ellen Gale Rubin, Shlomo Fisher ben David, Razel bat Chana v'Mendel, Yehuda David ben Ruvain, Shoshana bat Etel, Benjamin Asher ben Rivka, Reuven ben Sarah, Sarah Ita bat Frida, Lazer ben Mendel, Rachel Zissel bat Hasa Etta, Chuna ben Avraham, Yosef ben Malka, Fruma bat Ruth. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. So we recite Kiddush on page 55. If you have a cup at home, please join us. Everyone can rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh Zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'chalta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat.
And we turn to page 62 for Yigdal.
Yigdal Elohim chai ve'yishtabach, nimtza v'yehenei tel מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו. אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו. קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו. שפע נבואתו נתנו, אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד, נביא ומביט את אמונתו. תורת אמת נתן לעמואל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יכל יפעל, לא ולמיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו. צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר קדמתו. דומה לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרישתו. ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עד שם תהילתו. מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עד שם תהילתו.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for abiding the tech challenges, and hopefully we will have some resolved by tomorrow. But I wish you all a very peaceful evening. Good night. Good night to all on Zoom. See you tomorrow, I hope.
First of all, Yishua, go
Oh,
ahead.
you should go weg. I saw him earlier, I don't know.
I'm not sure, it was your son said it was a mic issue?